Welcome back, guys, to Final Fantasy XVI, where last episode, Gav was next on our list of quests as we headed out to find a chocobo feather in Silver Linings to make a welcoming gift for Ada's incoming child. We then headed to Mickelberg in duty Undying Free, finding a cult worshipping their fallen king's deity alongside the Undying's third chair, protecting the locals from fallen attacks only for them to become what they so desired, Akashic. Our quests now continue to dwindle.
Have the Book of Martyrs fetched from the requiratory forthwith, my lord. But prithee, do not let me keep you should you have more pressing matters to attend to. The volume will be waiting for you when you next return.
Look at this. It's a Encyclopedia of Valisthean Fabulosity. Pentateuch of the Crystalline Orthodoxy, the Ledgers of Gilbert the Great Lender, and the Collected Hymns of Griegor. Seems like it's not delivered yet. I'm not allowed to know. Well, it's over to Lubor by the look of it to deal with his issue now that, of course, he's been outed as a bearer and lost the faith of everyone just because of that. Despite all the helping he'd been doing.
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. I'm almost finished already, in fact.
You're really going to go through with this, then?
I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like your assistance with. Well, two, in fact.
If it's within my power to help you, I will.
It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my disgrace. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe and provided for and loved. The Hideaway.
Why aren't you coming?
Of course. The children would be more than welcome.
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned. And they're headed this way.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck.
Hopefully people listen.
What's an Akashic? Lubor told me they're like people, but even meaner and scarier.
You have to listen to me. They're coming. You need to evacuate.
Know your place, bearer.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside? It's driving.
I think the Akashic will be driving them way more.
What's the commotion?
That snake spitting his lies again by the sound of it.
My God.
Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now, and they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, might I ask?
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak. You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know better.
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not trust me, but for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
It's no use. Words will not move them.
Then we must find another way to ensure Dalamil's survival.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
No, we just go there. Was nothing we can do. Evacuate those who listen and leave the rest.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
But we don't do that. We're heroes and all.
Lord Ferda.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalamil, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Ferda! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor? I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need. And Lubor is in need at this very moment. Come quickly.
You have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
It's you who should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far, far away!
Run!
Just go on, Bearer!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Go on, then.
Go on! Go!
Just go.
Lubor! Wait! Someone's coming. Go!
Come on!
Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly round here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever.
But did Lubor ever complain? Well? Does he ever stop smiling?
He keeps this whole place going! And you act like it doesn't even exist!
Lubor, we've heard enough.
No!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then. Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage. And they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalimil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalimil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done.
As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchant not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. The main host is most likely still there, and Dalimil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalimil.
Looks like everyone's ready. I'd better not keep them waiting.
I thought they were describing Dalimil at one point in time. Oh, that's where they're at. They've been a Akashic for a while, haven't they? No, they haven't actually. I think last time I went through there, they were just normal bandits. They weren't there the first time we went through there, if I'm right in saying. Humans in mob mentality.
There it is. The flood.
But what's waiting for us inside?
Not far away from Akashic like zombie guys, right?
Thanks, Gal. We can't leave a single one alive.
I thought it was you casting the spell. As long as none of them has spells. I was about to say, did you get through them all? I have to hit him one more time. There we go. Gather up, one and all, Akashic friends across the world. Gather up. Closer, ever closer. Oh, there's a gentleman. Oh, not a zombie gentleman. Nope, wrong button.
It's over.
That might be an egg, I don't know.
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others fared.
He was thinking of that line the whole time he was fighting. What cool thing can I say at the end of the fight?
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
Lubor, Sir Clive has returned.
Clive! What news from Charatina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated. And we need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it.
We saved Dalimil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you, Lubor. Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
I see. But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
And secondly, you will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they are.
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil, as you always have.
Condition accepted. Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat? How fickle fate can be. Not so long ago, I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace. And now, I find myself her leader. Here. For everything.
Lubor. About the children.
Fear not. You are, of course, relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws. I'll make sure they're safe here.
I don't doubt that you will. And not just the children, but everyone in Dalimil.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work going to waste.
Those kids are plotting something, I'm sure. My renown has passed 3,000. Players kiss signboard. The emblem of the prize kiss. Pride of Dalimil. The forge is almost as popular with traveling merchants as the trading post's famous healing baths, where the weary can soak away their saddle sores on the way to Drake's Fang. Also get impulse cooldown time down by 2 seconds. And one last quest before the end.
I shall devote my every effort to creating a haven for man and bearer both. Just like a certain someone else I know. Someone to whom I owe a debt of gratitude.
Well, I certainly didn't expect it, but Dalimil seems more united than ever. I'll have to redouble my efforts to bring Costness under control. Can't have Lubor showing me up again.
From bearer boy to mayor of Dalimil, how far Lubor has come, and how richly he deserves it.
I knew I was right not to give up on Lubor. He'll make a wonderful mayor. You mark my words.
Aye, he served the town well enough, but then he is a bearer, born to serve. Long may it last.
I knew I was right. Cast the first stone. I don't think it was actually him. The only thing, if I say who it actually was, it ends weirdly up, I feel like profiling a little bit.
Everyone's happy again. Just like they were before.
No, Wrens. Everyone's even happier than they were before. I knew Lubor would make a good mayor.
At least we're past the bearer hate here. Finally. Just have to do that worldwide and all. Anyway, that leaves us again. One quest left in the Hideaway. We've left for last Byron Rosfield. I'm guessing there's some missives as well. No hunts. Should I check out me missives first? Didn't seem like there's a quest notification on the missives. That's good. A new day. I'm not so foolish to believe that a single shaming at the hands of the town urchins can dispel a lifetime of hatred built up in one's heart, just as a pot cannot be made clean by reminding of its grime. It takes effort, persistence, and more often than not a stiff brush and a bucket of lye. But more than that, it takes time. Fortunately, your courage and leadership has granted us just that. We must now decide whether to embrace or to waste it. A wise man once said the night is always darkest before dawn. It is a good thing that I count one who burns so bright amongst my friends. Lubor. And no thanks to my Lord Marcus. I write to thank you for the kind consideration you have shown for those whose names are written within the pages of the Book of Martyrs. I know that it would move them deeply to know that the first shield of the Phoenix laments their passing. Though each and every member of our order stands ready to sacrifice their lives in service of the Phoenix, I do not doubt that those who are taken before their time go with regret for the long years of duty left undone. That they should live on in the memory of a proud son of House Rosfield such as yourself shall surely go some way to soothing their sorrows. May the Phoenix's flame burn ever in your heart. Cyril, bearer of the burning quill. And Hideaway welcome as well. Edda seems fond of the silver bow we gave her. So much so that she's been taking the staying atop her belly as she rests. To hear her tell it, the rascal kicks something fierce when she does too. Sounds like another fight on our hands and none too soon. I can hardly wait to teach our new little curse breaker everything I know. I suppose we can all celebrate first. Don't need to get ahead of ourselves now. Getting drunk with Gav again. Where is... You are up here. Okay. Like, where is she? I haven't spoke to you yet. We're one thing away. Which is obviously Byron.
Clive? Do you have a moment?
Of course. Always.
I wanted to give you something.
Is this?
I stitched it from the cloth you gave Hortense. The piece she said you liked best. I told her I used to enjoy needlework, but I didn't think she'd remember.
It's beautiful, Jill. You didn't have to.
When I was very little, I recall my mother telling me that young ladies of the court would give knights ribbons from their hair before they went off to war. I still wear mine, so I made you this instead. Black is the color of eternity. It cannot be stained. It cannot be sullied. It is unchanging, unwavering, just like your resolve. And mine.
Our resolve. May it never diminish.
And may it ever bring you back to me. I will always, always be here.
Thank you, Jill.
Linen handkerchief.
It's not time yet, is it?
Not yet. Still can't believe you remembered that day on Man's Hill.
So long.
Our lives have been defined by loss, but our memories, those no one can take. And if they truly are the only things we can hold on to, then I want more.
So when this is over...
Let's travel the world and make new ones, and I will hoard them as a dragon does her gold. My memories with you are the most precious of all.
Somewhere in the back of my mind.
I always knew it would come to this. It was only ever going to end this way, Jill. Either Ultima dies or we do.
I know.
But I still don't think I'm ready for it, and the thought of what you have to do makes me want to cry. Then cry. Shout, scream, laugh, do whatever you feel. Our feelings make us who we are, makes us better than Ultima.
Thank you.
But a long time ago, I swore that only the stars would see me cry.
And so for now?
I'll save my tears until the clouds part and the heavens return.
I'm always with you, Clive.
Sorry, I will admit I found it amusing that there was a touching thing said, I'll always be with you, and then I walked straight into a door face first. I found that to be the music physical copy that couples would laugh about forever, actually.
Ready for the big heave-ho, are ya?
Work had only just started on the old hideaway when Sid took me in. Plan was to make it a safe haven for the bearers we were going to free. I remember when the first ones moved in, they'd hardly dare look you in the eye, let alone speak to you.
But over time...
They started to fall. They stopped being slaves and became a family. The hideaway their home. It'd be the same with Ada and her new little one, I'm sure. They can make a new home here with a new family. And with the best big brother in the whole wide world to look after them. Yeah, what are you looking so smug for? I'm talking about me.
About that.
About Origin. If there's anything I can do to help you kill this ultimate bloke, you just say the word, eh? You could promise to take Sid's name off my hands.
Aye.
Don't even joke about that. Anyway, I thought you said you hadn't finished with it yet. I did, didn't I? Now, if you wanted to give me an even grander tale, something to rival your Sid the Outlaw, that'd be a different story.
Let's see.
Gav the Magnificent, Gav the Almighty, Gav the Lionheart, something along those lines? I'll leave that to you to decide. I'm sure you're more than capable of choosing the perfect moniker for Sid's right-hand man. Right-hand man, mate. I'll take it.
I'll hold the fort. Don't you worry.
Yeah, better do.
It's him, I tell you. The Crown Prince of Sambrek. Though I suppose he's the Emperor now.
The Emperor? Here in our hideaway?
Don't mind him. I believe you.
No, I believe you. I'll do Freeze company before asking you about Origin, Byron.
Clive, my boy! Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved, but such are the times we live in, huh?
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many. But in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes? But such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart.
But how would one even begin to unite the realm?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter.
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it.
That's the spirit.
I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith.
Excellent. Thank you, Uncle.
No. Thank you, Clive.
Thank you. That was mysterious. Okay, we're gonna meet Havel at the gates of Randalar. Say that, let me get an item, so I need to figure out what that handkerchief I actually got does. It's a key item. I guess it is another... Might be the last thing that I needed, actually. Now that I look at it. Now that I think about it, it's more the point. Okay. Might be everything for my wall. Bocklad, you say? That's not Randalar. Oh, we can actually go in again. Different.
You see that too?
Nah. Don't know what you're talking about.
What is it? Oh, please. Just make it stop. I'm scared.
I guess everyone's right at the front, being able to look at it, right? Probably is quite concerning for them. Quite a clear view they've got. Now, even this late in the game, I'm still going, pick up the shinies. Clive irritated. Alright, we are at Randalar. People are still trying to get in.
Can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
Man, there's 2 cure guys. Oh, that's it. I'm not dealing with this. Oh, it has Zantetsuken cool. As soon as they cure, that is just the fastest marker. If you're about to die through Zantetsuken, you do know that, right? Bye! I could have walked it. If I knew, I could have walked in and one-shot them.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am. or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together, even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dhalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals, but those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis, your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
Huh. An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience. Someone like Quentin. I hope I can convince him at least.
Now, look. Talk crap, get Zen Tetsukened, I guess. Oh, what became of all of you for mouthing off at me? Terrible idea. To be honest, it was like 2 lines, but